actually be doing something for yourself, which is every moment. They say that the biggest violation of ma'at is a violation against yourself. When you play yourself, you've done worse than you could do to anybody else. Because you are all that you have. You are the miracle that you can verify. Right? Yes. Right? Let's take a moment. Watch this. So everybody, take a moment and look at whatever it is that's using your eyes to see. Now take a deep breath. Because all y'all was holding y'all breath. A lot of y'all was. Do what? Had y'all in a moment of suspense. But that's the evidence of the magnitude of who and what you are. You are something that's using your eyes to see me right now. You are something that are using your ears to hear me right now. Self-knowledge. Who are you? What are you? We're more than this body. I'm more than a Capricorn. Y'all remember the 70s? Leo. You know, it was like, had that song there, everybody call out their zodiac sign. What your sign is, right? It's like we're more than the zodiac sign. We're more than this personality. We're more than this physical shell. We're a combination of all of these things. And it helps to determine and define how we're going to interact and engage in this world. And unfortunately, somebody else is writing on the wall and telling us what it is. Last but not least, embody the truth. My senior quote coming out of high school was, if you don't know, find out. And once you know, act like you know. If you don't know, find out. And once you find out, act like you know what you know. Embody the truth. How many times you know something and you act like you don't? You ain't trying to hurt somebody's feelings. You ain't trying to lose your boo. You ain't trying to be alone on New Year's Eve, Christmas, whatever. Act like you know what you know. It's the most powerful thing that you could ever do. Standing on the square of truth. Standing on the principle of truth. Embodying it, becoming that. So there's this thing called discernment. I know I probably got like -2 minutes left. If y'all notice, the ancient Kemetic is like a dog named Ampu. Ampu, or they call it Anubis sometimes. Right? And so that dog, the ears are up and the nose is out. It was a symbol of discernment. Uh-oh. All right, that's what's up. I like the way you keep time. Oh, fine. She said 10 minutes, 30 minutes ago. That's what's up. All right, real quick. So it's a dog called Ampu, or Anubis, right? And it deals with discernment. And in church, we hear all the time, you know, we need that spirit of discernment, right? Look to your neighbor and say, neighbor, spirit of discernment. We don't never get the science of how to employ that, though, right? We hear it all the time, right? We hear about having the faith of the size of a mustard seed. What that mean, good Reverend Doctor? Reverend Doctor, where was Jesus between the ages of 12 and 30 years old? Where was he those 18 years, Reverend Doctor? Because you revered and you're a doctor, so you got to know. Oh, it don't matter. Last thing we seen, he was teaching and learning in the temples, wasn't he? Who was them teachers? Why him? Being initiated. How did I get there? Don't pay me no attention. Embodying the truth is the utmost importance. We can't do much without doing that. We can fake the funk all day. We can lie to ourselves all day. We can lie to each other all day, but you're just playing yourself. Anybody know what that symbol is? What that represents? That's Maya. Those are the scales of Maya. On one side is a feather of truth. The other side is the heart, right? One side is the feather of truth. The other side is the heart. When you're embodying the truth and you're using that spirit of discernment, the best thing that you can do is live the truth as much as possible. That's how you realize when you're in the presence of a lie. Did y'all get that? Yeah. That's how you know that. That's how you develop that spirit of discernment. I'm answering the question from earlier. Live truth as consistently as possible, so then when you're in the presence of a lie or deception, you can tell the difference. Y'all follow? Yeah. It's like when you get out of a warm shower and you step out and it's cold, it's because you become acclimated with the warmth of the water in the shower, right? The outside air was different. It's a big contrast, right? Now imagine that. You resonate so much with truth that when you're in the presence of deception, it's like stepping out of a warm shower into a 30-degree room. You're like, oh, somebody lying up in here. And you ain't always got to call them out, but just act like you know what you know. Y'all feel me? And this other thing, real quick, I'm gonna shut up, because I know the time is coming back in 2 minutes. So, here's the other thing, y'all. When you know what the truth is, and you live in the truth, and somebody comes to try to deceive you, right? We usually react in ways that are oftentimes self-defeating. We sometimes will cower and say, well, maybe I'm wrong, right? We're not functioning like Usain Bolt. We're not operating with what? Confidence at that moment. What I say is that trust you, especially if you know that you have been putting in the work to develop yourself to a point to where you're resonating as strongly as possible with the highest self that you can possibly be in that moment. Y'all following me? Because you don't know the work the other person is doing. I read a story, and it's real quick, I promise y'all. So it was talking about this lady. She was coming to breakfast every morning at her table, and she looked out her window, her neighbor was hanging clothes out. Lady like, oh, those dirty, dingy whites. Why she got to learn how to wash some clothes? So day after day, she's seeing this lady out there, dirty laundry, dirty laundry. One morning she got up and she was like, oh, she finally figured out how to wash clothes. The husband just kind of looked at his wife and snickered like, no, our window was dirty. You don't know what other work other folks is doing, but you know your stuff. Gauge it based on what you know that you know about yourself. And go as hard with yourself as possible so that you are the absolute best that you can possibly be in that moment. Saying the best thing possible, thinking the best thing possible, and doing the best thing possible whenever it is that you're seeing, thinking, or doing whatever. Y'all follow me? So this sense of purpose is real, y'all. And it's one of those things that once we reestablish it in our day-to-day lives, once we are able to really embrace Nia and take it out of this one day in the week in December and put it on 365 of them. You know, let's have a purpose hour. You know, one day I proposed to this African council, I said, look, y'all, let's do it like this. Let's just name each of the 7 days one of the 7 Kwanzaa principles and be done with it. Ain't no more Tuesdays, it's Kuumba. Girl, what you doing on Imani? Y'all follow? Because that's the idea. It's like, oh, I woke up at Ujima this morning and it was like, sun was already out, birds was chirping, you know what I mean? Apply this stuff to our everyday lives, and I'm telling y'all, that sense of purpose, it takes you farther than most things. I really appreciate the invitation, y'all. I appreciate the patience. Thank you very much.